What's up guys, this is Anime Crossover. I'm back with a new episode of What If Naruto Was Goku's Descendant Part 8. And if you did enjoy the video, consider it a like, and if you're new to my channel and like my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more crossover fictions with the twist. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 15. Journey to the Land of Waves Raging Tide Saga, begin. It was a lot of pleasure for Naruto as an Advanced Genin to be a part of two different teams. When you were with Team 7, you did a lot of interesting things like painting fences, babysitting, pulling weeds, shopping for the client, walking the Inuzuka clan's dogs, and of course chasing that damn cat called Tora and returning it to the daimyo's wife as Naruto held the crazy cat out to her. "Thank you young lads, and you too, good sir, for saving my precious Tora," she exclaimed as she wrapped her arms around Tora. They can now see why Tora ran away from her in the first place. However, Naruto was giving Tora a nasty smirk as he exacted his revenge for Tora's introduction of its claws to him not long before. He was genuinely astonished that no one had decided to murder the cat because, according to what they had been promised by the third before being assigned this job, Tora would run away several times and come to the leaf to help find her cat. It's no surprise that cat runs away. That's why it runs away from you, lady. If you stopped hugging your cat like that, you wouldn't have to waste your time making Leaf Ninja catch it, Sakura reasoned. "Enjoy your hug, Tora," Naruto said, his evil chuckle ringing in the backdrop of his mind. All of these D-rank missions were tedious for Naruto, but he knew they were vital for his friends and himself, not to mention the village's revenue, as all D ranks were primarily labor. The team will not be assigned a higher task unless either the Hokage or the team's Jonin instructor determines that they are ready. Of fact, Naruto's rank as an advanced class of Genin states he is ready for such missions as C's because he completed one with Team Kabuto, but this was for this team as a unit with Team 7. Essentially, despite his rank, he and the rest of his squad must be approved as a unit capable of completing missions higher than a D. If Naruto had to undertake additional D-rank missions until he was deemed ready, so be it, as long as he didn't have to go chasing that cat again, and just now the Hokage was telling them what other D-rank missions to attend to. Now, let's see what other D-rank missions we have for Team 7 here. The fence needs to be repaired again, some lawns need to be mowed, the stables need to be cleaned, some more weeds need to be pulled out, watering the flowers in the Yamanaka flower shop, and the third was cut short when the familiar hiss of Tora's head escaping the daimyo wife's death-crushing grip ran past Team 7 out the door, leaving a smoke trail with the huge boned lady chasing her. "Tora, please come back." The expressions on Team 7's faces could be described as follows. The third turned away from the door, as did the many other residents of the room, to Team 7, noting the expression on their faces, and offered them a lovely grin with closed eyelids as he murmured, "I'm catching Tora again." "No way," Sasuke said, almost losing his temper. "Excuse me, forgive me, Lord Third, but we've spent the past 3 hours chasing that cat from hell. Do you know what it's like to chase that demon? I'm surprised it was faster on its feet than us," Sakura added. "I have to agree with Sasuke on chasing the cat again, but only that cat," Naruto explained. "Same here," Kakashi explained. "What do you have to complain about? You weren't the one chasing Tora?" Naruto asked, his brow furrowed. "I was guiding you. More like reading your stupid perverted book, I bet. It's a romance novel, and that reminds me, what? Did you flex your pecs?" Kakashi inquired, his eyes twinkling. "You are still on about that? Give us a real mission," Sasuke said, but this time he commanded. Iruka, who was there in the room, stands up and bangs his palms on the table. "How dare you speak to the Hokage in such a tone? You will receive missions due to your current status as a team, and higher ones until your sensei or Lord Third believes you are ready for such. Mind your tone, Sasuke." "I know I'm going to get it," Kakashi thought. "Well, Kakashi, your team appears to be quite capable. My deepest apologies, Lord Third, please forgive me. There's no need. Team 7 will receive its first official C as a unit." Iruka inquired, "Lord Hokage, are you sure?" It wasn't hard to tell that Iruka was worried because Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were his students at the Ninja Academy. "Don't worry, Iruka. They are prepared. They have already completed the required number of D-rank missions in order to qualify, not to mention that Team 7 has Naruto, who has experience in such a ranked mission. The mention of that caused Naruto to scratch the back of his head with a smile and flash a toothy grin. They also have Kakashi with them, so there's no need to worry. As you wish, Lord Third, Iruka murmured as he sat back down, a little smile on his face. Sasuke. Naruto asked quietly. What? Remind me to hug you later. Naruto urged, teasing him and getting the reaction he desired. Don't, Sasuke responded swiftly, an angry look on his face. So, what is the mission, old man? Is it another bandit camp? Naruto inquired. If it were any less than the number you and the rest of Team Kabuto took on, then yes, she says, but in this case, it's quite different, and I believe it's appropriate for you all as a team. Is it looking for a princess? No, the third responded with a chuckle. Send in the client. The door behind them was unlocked, catching Team 7's attention, and taking a step inside came an old man drinking a bottle of sake and looked inebriated. This, Team 7, is the client, Tizuna, and he requires an escort back to his home in the Land of Waves as well as your protection. This is your first official see together with the condition that he makes it back to the Land of Waves in one piece. It's in then out. What do you have for me here? I ask for protection, and all you give me is a bunch of brats. One with hair shaped like a duck's ass, another with bubblegum hair, and finally one who looks like he needs a serious haircut. Duck ass hair, screamed Sasuke. Bubblegum, Sakura said as she, too, glared. Hey you drunken old turd, I honestly had haircuts on multiple occasions back then, and it just grows back too quickly and doesn't change style or shape, responded Naruto. Good thing you're drunk, or I'd kick your $1. What a load of nonsense, that's just an excuse, Tizuna muttered as he took another swallow of his sake. It's not an excuse, but it is true. Easy there Naruto. Kakashi advised Naruto to refrain from doing anything that was the polar opposite of protecting. Do not be concerned, Mr. Tizuna, you are in capable hands, you have 2 genin, one of whom is in desperate need of a haircut and is the only advanced genin on the team, and 1 Leaf Village Jonin elite. Damn, I was hoping for more than a bunch of kids and 1 single Jonin, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised with the money I had, Tizuna reflected. They'll do just fine then. Squad. Kakashi exclaimed, drawing his team's attention to the front and center. Meet in front of the Leaf Village gates in about an hour, which should give you enough time to pack supplies for at least 2 days of travel to the Land of Waves, understood? Hi. They all said together. Okay, I'll see the 3 of you there, along with Tizuna, so don't be late, Kakashi remarked before disappearing with a body flicker. I'll see you all in an hour, Sasuke remarked. Sakura said, same. Before Sasuke left with the body flicker, Naruto gave him a modest nod, and Sakura did the same, and before Naruto followed suit, he gave the third and Iruka salute to body flickering away. Good luck, Naruto, the third and Iruka said. When Naruto arrived, he began packing everything he needed. Food that can be cooked over a fire, and it wasn't simply cups of ramen, an extra set of the same outfit's clothes, and other ninja-related things. The last item he attached to his pack was his rolled-up sleeping bag, and as he wrapped his pack around his shoulders, he turned around to face Master Zen, who was leaning against the wall. You think you can knock? Naruto inquired. So you've been assigned your second C rank mission, this time to the Land of Waves instead of the Land of Fire. That's correct, and this will be my first trip that far away. It's actually quite exciting. I am glad you are excited to see the world, but remember Naruto, you will no longer be near the village. You will be traveling outside its borders, and once that happens, always remain vigilant even in your own nation's lands. Missions like these are when your life is on the line. I know exactly what I signed up for, Master Zen. Well, what else can I say other than good luck? I suppose I'll see you when I return. Actually, I need to leave the country for a while. Really? Yes, it's very important, so I guess I won't be seeing you for a long time then? Give it about a month or 2. That's a very long time. You'll make it, and you can always get training from Kakashi. Yeah, if he ever gets his face out of that perverted book that the 2 of you read. How many times do I have to tell you that it's a romance novel? Yeah, I'm sure that's what you all say. You should be on your way to meet up with your team, and I should do the same. Alright, see you in a month or two. See you then, Naruto. This time, Master Zen exited through the front entrance, and Naruto quickly followed, headed for the gates. Naruto arrived with only 5 minutes to spare, as Sasuke and Sakura were already waiting for him. Naruto, you've made it. Of course I did. Sakura, did you doubt? Naruto smiled. I thought you chickened out for a second, Sasuke mocked. Not likely, duckass, Naruto answered with a sneer, drawing a scowl from Sasuke. Sakura was on the edge of laughing at what Naruto had just named Sasuke owing to Tizuna. Save the stare-offs for later you two, it's about time we all get on our way. Now as you all know, we are traveling to the Land of Waves and our job is to guard Tizuna until he arrives, and once we drop him off, we head straight back for home. It's that simple, Kakashi said. Kakashi, sensei? Yes, Sakura? Do you think we'll run into any other ninja? That is unlikely because this is only a C-rank mission, and in these types of missions for Genin squads, it is only mere bandits involved, and upon sighting said bandits, you take up defensive positions around the client and protect him with your lives. I am sure with the training you've received through your years at the academy, bandits shouldn't be a problem for you guys, especially you, Naruto? I'll wipe the floor with them, Naruto declared confidently, striking a fist into his palm. No worries, Sasuke responded. Sakura stated, same here. Of course, I'll be fighting alongside you, so we should be fine, Kakashi assures Tizuna. Mr. Tizuna, you may be able to lead the way for us. Alright, then follow me. Tizuna leads the way, with the Leaf Ninja close after and Kakashi leading the Genin, and Naruto can't help but smile. I've always wondered what the Land of Waves looks like. Nothing seemed to happen to the squad of Leaf Ninja commanded by Tizuna on the first day of travel, with no bandits making themselves known. Tizuna was either not worth it because Kakashi was present, or Team Kabuto bringing in Torn alive was extremely beneficial, as this may be the result of camps being raided by Leaf Ninja. As the night progressed, an orange sky descended over them, and Kakashi ordered the troop to halt. Because it's going to get dark soon, we'll set up camp here near the road. Obviously, you're not going to camp on the road because it's in the open and, well, foolish, and there's a lake nearby within the forest. Kakashi led the company into the woods to find a suitable camping location, and when he found a good open space surrounded by trees not far from the road and near the lake, he began to issue commands. We will make camp here for the night. Mr. Tizuna will stay here with me and Sasuke as we check the surrounding area to make sure it is 100% safe. Naruto and Sakura, please go into the forest and gather some firewood, and please fill these up with water, Kakashi said, handing over 2 empty cantinas of water. With lake water? Inquired Naruto. We will boil it to kill any harmful bacteria in it in order to make suitable drinking water for our continued journey to Wave, especially tomorrow because it is going to be a hot day under the sun. Naruto said, understood. Leave your packs here because we will set up camp and traps when you return, as well as prepare the food when you two return with the firewood. Hey, hold on a second, Naruto says as he sets down his backpack. Something up, Naruto? Kakashi inquired. He saw Naruto pull out ninja wire and a fishing rod, and Kakashi knew exactly what Naruto was going to advise. No need to use the food supplies we packed, so why not go fishing? Naruto offered, holding his staff and wire in one hand and his frog-shaped fishing gear in the other. Well done, Naruto, you are thinking like a ninja. Naruto started laughing to himself. Did you pack any bait? Oh, nice work, Advanced Genin, remarked Sasuke. I must have forgotten, Naruto admitted, feeling humiliated over forgetting something so easy. You can't expect to catch any fish with a fishing rod without bait, Naruto, Sakura replied. Well, I'll keep trying. I suppose there's no point in not trying. Bring back the water and firewood, and if you don't catch anything in 20 minutes, we'll use what we've got. I understand. Now you two go, Kakashi remarked, as Naruto and Sakura left. Are you sure this team of yours is capable, Kakashi? Tizuna inquired. Where did that come from? Kakashi wondered. He's been acting strangely since we left the Leaf Village. It was true because, even 20 minutes into the mission, Kakashi had noticed Tazuna occasionally looking around the environment as if expecting something or someone to pop out, and at first Kakashi assumed it was fear of bandits, but now Kakashi was beginning to have doubts. There is no need to be concerned, Mr. Tazuna. My team and I are fully capable of completing this mission. Of course. Whatever you say. What the hell is going on with this guy? Why is he so nervous? Questioned Sasuke. Meanwhile, Naruto and Sakura had arrived near the lake with some firewood already gathered from the journey there, and after filling up the cantinas of water, it was Naruto who noticed a fat piece of log nearby that he thought was perfect instead of just what he saw as mere sticks. Hey, Sakura, look! Naruto exclaimed, dropping the sticks of wood he had gathered and sprinting straight for the long log. Well, would you look at that? Sakura exclaimed as she came to a halt next to Naruto, who was looking at the log. This should do nicely. Naruto, it's too long and thick, and even if we take this back to the others, it may take a while to sever it to pieces. There's no need, I'll take care of it, Naruto stated, standing the long piece of wood up and taking a step back. How are you going to take care of it? Take a step back, watch, and observe. Sakura did as she was ordered, taking some significant steps back, wondering how Naruto was going to do this. He has no sword or sharp weapon to aid him other than kunai, yet even kunai is insufficient. Naruto then leapt into the air and did a spinning kick while howling, and Sakura was astonished to see Naruto's leg cleave the wood in half. Wow! Naruto was not through yet, as he delivered another kick as well as a few punches, separating even more pieces that each landed on the seashore with him touching ground at the same time. Sakura was really impressed by what she witnessed as Naruto gave her a thumbs up from behind his back. This was clearly the outcome of Master Zen's training. There was enough timber for the two of them to take enough for just one fire to last them the entire night. Naruto, since when did you know how to do that? I trained very hard, you know. You seem to. Kakashi was impressed at the amount of time Sakura and Naruto took to return with filled water and wood. Well, it looks like you two found some perfectly good firewood. Yeah, we did, and Naruto here severed them into pieces with his fists. Naruto chuckled as he rubbed his leg with his free hand, which was a little sore. Well, that's impressive. Go ahead and lay down the firewood, we'll get the fire going, and Naruto, remember what I said. I got it in 20 minutes, don't worry, I'll be back with fish. Once you get back, I'll set up traps and we can all eat. Naruto grabs his ninja wire, fishing gear, and extends his Z-staff as he races back in the direction he and Sakura just came from. I will not let you down. Don't do it, or the consequences will be dire, Kakashi warned him. Really? Sakura inquired. I'm just joking. After around 10 minutes, with the fire already started in the tent set up, they only had to wait for Naruto, who had yet to return. He was either not catching anything or he was capturing something and attempting to catch more. Sasuke was seated on the ground on one side of the fire honing his sword, and Kakashi was sitting close to Tazuna, who was staring into the fire in his own thoughts. Sakura was tapping her foot in the direction Naruto had run off in, wondering when Naruto would return. She was aware that it had been 10 minutes and that he still had 10 minutes remaining, but she couldn't help but be concerned. What is it that is taking him so long? You are welcome to go check on him, Kakashi said. We've got things covered here, and besides, he's just wasting time, Sasuke explained. I'll be right back then. Meanwhile, Naruto was down the coastline, watching the fishing gear linked to his rod's wire, and when Sakura arrived, she was shocked to discover that he had really caught 5 small fish, despite the fact that they were not large enough for him. The fish's tails were all connected together by wire that hung from Naruto's left shoulder. Naruto, you caught something, Sakura remarked as she approached him, smiling. Coming to a halt next to him, she can see the expression on his face as he continued to observe the ore. Naruto, there's no need to catch any more, this is more than enough. It's not good enough. Not good enough, that's 5, meaning 1 for each of us. What about seconds? Then we can make use of what we brought with us. I know a big one is going to bite, Sakura, I just know it. How do you know that? Naruto smiled and answered, I don't. Do you like to go fishing? I do it whenever I have free time. Suddenly, Naruto felt a tug on his Z-staff turned rod, and when he tugged, both of them saw the enormous trout-sized fish splash barely over the water. "Here we go," exclaimed Naruto. He grabs for the wire, and Sakura decides to assist, and the two tug with all their effort, bringing the large fish out of the water, the two laughing as they watch it approaching them, and then the hook coming out of its mouth, now in free fall upon them. What follows is quite amusing, as the fish collides with Naruto's face, causing him to fall back, with Sakura laughing as Naruto grabs the fish that riles in his arms, and when standing back up, Sakura's laughter is silenced when the fish's tail smacks across her face, sending her off her feet and landing on her buttocks. As a result, Sakura became infuriated and popped her knuckles, preparing to pound the fish to death, while Naruto ran in a circle to keep the fish away from her, reminding her that they don't need it as flat as a pancake. "Give me that fish, Uzumaki," says the narrator. "No." When the two return to camp, Sakura displays Naruto's 5 little fish. "Even though I'm surprised he caught something without any bait, is that all?" Sasuke inquired. "It's something," Kakashi commented. "How about that one?" Sakura suggested, pointing to her right. The rest of the gang turns to see Naruto standing there with the enormous fish over his head, as if it were a trophy he had won, and Kakashi and Tazuna are pleased. "Eat it, Sasuke," Naruto responded, smirking. "Whatever. Nice catch. Now let's cook these bad boys and eat," Kakashi suggested. As Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were about to take the first bite of their fishes, they all heard the sounds of teeth swiftly chewing. When they turned away from their fish to look at Kakashi, they noticed the man barely pulling his mask back on over his face. That was very good. How in the world did he devour his fish so quickly? It didn't take long for the rest of the group to complete their fish while waiting for seconds that were still cooking over the fire, and Kakashi even said that this time he was going to chop it into pieces to serve as sushi. "Hey, Kakashi-sensei?" "Yes, Naruto? Do you think you could tell us some stories?" "Stories? Yeah, like some of your adventures back in the day." "I'm curious about Kakashi-sensei," Sakura replied. "Well, what is there to share? Most of my missions in the past were classified as top secret." "Why?" Naruto inquired. "I was a part of the Anbu Black Ops." "It must have been awesome." "Sure. Awesome is the word." "Is there really that much you can't tell us?" Sasuke inquired. "Well, there are my days before the Anbu, as well as my participation in the Third Ninja World War." "But you can't tell us anything, can you?" Sakura interrogated. "I'll tell you who my sensei was back then, who I believe you three will be very impressed with. He was the Minato Namikaze, our 4th Hokage." "You were a student of the Leaf's Yellow Flash?" Sasuke inquired, both amazed and surprised. "That's what I was," Kakashi remarked, smiling. "Can you?" "Sorry, so you can't tell us anything," Sasuke remarked. "Well, since any tales of Kakashi's grand adventures are out of reach for us, how about you, Naruto?" Sasuke questioned. "What would I have to share?" "Oh, I don't know, how about your mission with Team Kabuto?" "What? If you can't tell us how you got your rank as an Advanced Genin, how about your first mission with Team Kabuto? Surely you can tell us about that?" "You might as well tell us, Naruto, I'm curious too," Sakura remarked. "Well, I suppose. Before we infiltrated, we needed to know the exact number of bandits in the area." "How many people were there?" Tazuna inquired. 71. "That many?" Sakura said with astonishment. "You have to understand that I was assigned with a team of veteran Advanced Genin, so don't go thinking that I ran around that camp taking everyone out left and right. I managed to catch glimpses of the other fighting the bandits while I was fighting, and they were all really good, especially that Neji," Naruto said, his voice mocking. "Don't stop there, tell us more," Sakura insisted. "Well, I managed to take down these 2 low-C missing ninjas from our village, as well as the leader, who Kabuto classified as a C+ missing ninja." "You had help, right?" Sasuke inquired, wanting to hear a positive response. "Nope, I took them all down by myself," Naruto exclaimed with a wide smile. Now Sasuke was stunned, and Kakashi, who was seated next to him, could see it in his eyes. Kakashi can see the shock and wrath in his eyes, as well as his hands slowly clenching into fists before standing up and going away to be alone for the time being. "Naruto, that is amazing," exclaimed Sakura. "Thank you." Naruto alone took down 3 missing ninja? This has to be a joke, right? This kid took down 3 missing ninja all by himself. Perhaps this isn't a total loss then, with 1 Jonin and 2 Genin and this Advanced Genin. Perhaps there is a glimmer of hope, but I still can't shake the feeling that it won't be enough. Tazuna thought as he looked over to Naruto, who was still talking with Sakura on the other side of the fire. Well, it appears that it's about that time for everyone to start eating seconds, Kakashi observed aloud, suggesting that the fish was ready to be sliced up and eaten. Get back here, Sasuke, and join the rest of us. Whatever, murmured Sasuke. Except for Kakashi, who volunteered for night watch, everyone prepares their sleeping bags after eating. It was all due of Sasuke. He's not accusing anyone, but he didn't want Sasuke waking Naruto up in the middle of the night and dragging him away from the camp to challenge him to a fight. Hearing Naruto vanquish 3 missing ninjas had to have hit Sasuke hard, no matter how minor. As he peered over the group and surroundings from his perch hidden amid the woods, Kakashi would not accept a fight among friends. However, his thoughts immediately turned to Naruto himself, wondering how Naruto had grown so strong to be able to take on 3 missing ninja. His academy ratings were slightly above normal, but now he could knock down 3 missing ninja. Even if they were 2 low Cs and 1 C+, they were still missing ninja, whom Naruto himself had vanquished. He didn't get this strong under my wing. Either he has a serious training regimen that he follows himself, or someone other than me is training him. There was nothing wrong with a ninja coming to another sensei for advice or hands-on instruction. It's simply that if whoever was training Naruto was also training Naruto, who was he or she? The next day, Team 7 was back on the road bright and early, taking up their suitable places, and if they maintain up this pace, they should arrive within the land of waves. Sasuke was honestly hoping for something to happen, even if it was just one foolish bandit, so he could test and prove his strength to Naruto, but he also knew he shouldn't be thinking like that because he was essentially endangering Tazuna's safety. As the day progressed and the team passed by a little puddle of water that Kakashi observed, they seemed to have missed the 2 figures rising out of the water and taking shape, and they were the fabled demon brothers. These 2 were Gozu and Maizu, both B-class criminals who had worked for the Hidden Mist village as Chunin.
Naruto had a horrible feeling for some reason, which caused him to pause in his tracks, and this is when the onslaught on them began. The demon brothers, who appear out of nowhere and have a shuriken-style chain linked to their gauntlets, wrap Kakashi up within the center.
Now, big brother, said Maizu. Yes, exclaimed Gozu. What was the only thing Kakashi could say before they ripped the man in the center into pieces with all their might? Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Tazuna looked on in horror, having just witnessed the death of their sensei and one of his protectors. The demon brothers sprint toward them, with Naruto grasping for his Z-staff, ready for a fight to avenge his sensei, but he was perplexed when they merely sped right past him, and Naruto realized they were targeting Tazuna himself, who was terrified. Sakura stood guard in front of Tazuna, ready to defend him with her life, but then Sasuke appeared in front of her, sword drawn and Sharingan ablaze. Gozu was the first to strike ahead of his brother, with the sharpened talons of his gauntlet laced with poison, and Sasuke preparing to clash with his sword. However, before this happens, Naruto does the body flicker, reappearing mid-air before Maizu, whirling his form in the air before hitting his staff across the ninja's face, sending him through the air off to Naruto's left, and delivering that batting with a yell. Gozu felt the back of his gauntlet, which was chained to his brother's, suddenly pushed back, perplexing him, and then being roughly pulled off his feet as his brother was flung through the air, striking the ground soon after. The demon brothers resurfaced, hunkered side by side, as Naruto landed ahead of Sasuke, who had just given Naruto that look. Damn, and we were so close, Gozu added. If we hadn't ignored that one right there, this would never have happened, Maizu stated. Well, then, next time, we won't make that mistake.
For the time being, let's just kill them all like we did their sensei, but be careful because that guy over there with the sword is a Uchiha, see the Sharingan eyes.
Gozu did notice them. I thought that clan was extinct? Looks like one of them survived. Ah, a leftover then, exclaimed Gozu. What did you say? Sasuke was irritated. Whether Uchiha is with them or not, we just killed a Jonin, so I'm pretty sure we can kill the rest of you in the bridge builder, Gozu remarked as he rose up alongside his brother. I think you're underestimating us, and if you think we're going to let you lay a hand on Mr. Tazuna, you're in for a surprise, Naruto stated as he twirled his staff behind him in a reverse grip. Maizu? Gozu asked his brother quietly. Yeah, he replied quietly. Who do you think we should go for first? I'd say that brat with the wild hair, but there's also the Uchiha standing guard over there, and Uchiha or not, you know he's going to be trouble. So we go for the brat with the staff, then the Uchiha, and finally the girl to the bridge builder. Agreed. Then let's go. The demon brothers hurried to begin around Naruto, but Naruto knew what they were about to as he sprang up into the air just in time to dodge their wrap, and while in the air, he noticed the circular chain within the middle. Naruto sees an opening and raises his staff high, nailing it through the chain and into the ground. As they were already tugging from opposing ends, this pushes the demon brothers to come to a halt in their current positions. Sasuke! Exclaimed Naruto. When Sasuke saw what Naruto had planned, he dashed forward, slashing his sword through their chain, tearing them from one another, and because they were already yanking on their links, the two demon brothers began to lose their balance. Naruto lands on his staff, crouched on it, and rapidly pulls it out to backflip before Sakura takes Sasuke's position. Sasuke hastily throws two kunai at each of the brothers, which stab in the ground in front of both of them as they both notice the sizzling paper bombs attached to them. Boom, boom. Did that work? Sasuke wondered, his Sharingan eyes darting to the left and right. Wow, that was some good teamwork there, Sakura observed. The demon brothers appeared ahead of Sasuke, having escaped Sasuke's paper bomb kunai in the nick of time. We're almost there, Maizu stated. It's time to finish this, exclaimed Gozu. The demon brothers charge forward again, this time with their sights set on Sasuke, but suddenly a swift and mysterious figure appears behind them, gripping their shoulders and spinning them around in a complete 360, sending both of them flying onto a tree. A fast-moving figure slams the demon brothers together against said tree, tying them up with ninja wire. Then, stepping out from behind the tree, whistling, was none other than Kakashi-sensei! Exclaimed Team 7. Kakashi smiled as he said, "Hello there." "You're alive," Tazuna said, surprised and perplexed. "Didn't they see him die? How are you still alive after we killed you?" Enraged Maizu. "Two individuals like you taking someone like me out? Keep daydreaming." "But we saw you." Sakura looked to where Kakashi was allegedly killed, only to find shards of wood rather than his body. "Of course you used a substitution," said the teacher. "Well done on guarding the bridge builder and fighting off these enemy ninja. It's because of you all that I was able to figure out what these two were after, or should I say WHO, Kakashi stated, his stare fixed on Tazuna. Kakashi walked up front and center in front of their victims, who merely stared at him. "After these two supposedly killed me in their wildest dreams, I decided to stay hidden so I could figure out who their target was. They passed up both Naruto and Sasuke after they thought they took me down, not to mention our client's terrified expression." The fierce look of Kakashi draws his attention to Tazuna. "This would also explain your strange behavior during our journey. You didn't tell us that any missing ninja would be after you, Tazuna. With other ninja after you, this easily bumps this mission up to AB rather than AC, as well as the mission pay intending to be a lot higher. Furthermore, this is above my team's level and thus you have risked their lives for a mission that they may not be prepared for." Tazuna swallowed, and he could feel not just Kakashi's keen gaze, but also those of Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura. He lied to them, and they have every right to be outraged right now. Tazuna prayed they wouldn't be assaulted on their way to Wave, or at least not until they arrived in country and could explain. "Alright, I'll tell you the truth. The truth is that our country is in desperate need. It used to be a peaceful country, but it has recently been taken over and run by a man named Gato, who has bled our village and my people dry. We are barely hanging on by a thread." "Gato? You mean as in Gato of Gato Shipping Industries?" Sakura inquired, having heard of both the man and the industry. "You see, Sakura, the man uses his vast wealth to hire mercenaries, wanted criminals, and more missing ninja?" Kakashi inquired, narrowing his gaze on Tazuna, who only avoided his sight by glancing down. Possibly, Kakashi moaned with disappointment. Kakashi-sensei? Asked Naruto. This easily escalates this mission to an A and is far beyond any of you who are mostly suitable for Jonin. We are not prepared for this. As for the money, you see, Kakashi, that was all my people could afford to give you without depriving ourselves of what little we had to survive. It was only enough for a C. We couldn't afford to pay for something as high as an A or even a S. Can you give me one good reason why my team and I shouldn't just leave you here and go home? Fine, then leave me here. Make my family wait for me to return safe and unharmed. Let them live in fear that I am dead and that I was unable to complete the bridge, our only hope, all because of a payment and a small lie. A hell of a lie, shouted Kakashi, correcting himself. Leave us to our fate under Gado's rule to die. We'll just fend for ourselves like we've always done, after all, that's what we've done for the last couple of years. Kakashi sighs once more, clearly unhappy with the situation. Of course, he was upset, and he had every right to be. He and his squad were unprepared for a mission this important. It was intended for Jonin. He didn't want to endanger their lives after just graduating from the academy. He determined that he and his crew would make a choice about Tazuna and Wave together. It was either leave Tazuna here and return home, or risk continuing with the task. Alright, squad, this is not a decision I can make on my own. It isn't? Sakura inquired, perplexed. We're a team, and as one, we make decisions as one. We have two options. We leave Tazuna here and return to the safe walls of our village, or we continue onward. They were silent for a few seconds until Naruto broke it. We'll keep going. Tazuna's gasp immediately draws everyone's attention. Naruto? Kakashi-sensei, we can't just leave him out here. But what if he lied to us, Naruto? This mission is too difficult for us, Naruto, Sakura recalled. That may be true, but if we leave him here without our protection, we're abandoning him, and that would make us trash, wouldn't it, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi remained silent, as did the rest of the team, recalling Kakashi's wise words. Those who break the rules are. Those who abandon their friends are worse than trash. Sure, he's just our client and not a friend, but it's still the same, and we're not only abandoning him, but we're also abandoning his people. We're Leaf Ninja. We don't act this way, right? Well, Kakashi reflected. We keep going, Sasuke said, motivated. Naruto is correct, we must proceed, Sakura exclaimed. As they decided as a group, Kakashi closed his eyes and chuckled inwardly. Even though the odds were stacked against them, they were willing to take the risk. Alright, then. On to the land of waves. I thank you, Tazuna exclaimed with relief. Let's get going, Tazuna. Would you mind leading the way? The company's adventure continues. What about those two? Sakura inquired of the demon brothers. Leave them alone, they'll be picked up eventually. Gozu was the one who refused to give up, but his brother did. I'm not going to stay here. Gozu was able to extract something crisp. Within the land of waves woodlands. Those two lackeys or yours have yet to return. I thought you said those two fools could take care of Tazuna. Isn't this what you said to me, Zabuza? Gato yelled at the darkened figure of a former hidden mist swordsman sitting on a couch with his arms resting atop the head of the couch and a large sword leaning against it. Standing in the background, in the shadows, was another figure that looked to be wearing an Anbu-like mask. Zabuza gives off a low growl irritated by this shrimp's yelling standing before him with his two samurai swordsmen Z. Gato, do you ever stop yelling? Zabuza inquired. I'll yell at you as loud as I want. If you know what's good for you, Zabuza, you should pay attention here. The sharpened curved end of Zabuza's giant long sword Kabikirabocho was a mere inch away, and Gato's guards grabbed the hilts of their swords as beads of sweat dripped from their brows. Gato took a gulp with a bead of sweat at the closeness of the blade and of death. Now, Gato, pay attention. I will look after the bridge builder, and I will succeed where the demon brothers failed. With their failure, it is obvious that the bridge builder will return with Leaf Ninja, which will cost you more. You bloodsucking jerk. Rest confident, Gato, victory has already been won. The demon of the hidden mist makes his debut, Zabuza chuckled. Meanwhile, Team 7 was making their way across the mist-covered waters to Wave by rowing boat, with Kakashi up front on a knee, Tazuna in the center, Sakura and Sasuke behind him, but in the very back facing the opposite direction sitting Indian style was Naruto meditating with his hands resting upon his knees. "Is that the bridge you're constructing?" Kakashi inquired. "Yes, and it's our only chance. Gato will be done once the bridge connecting us to the main land is completed." Tizuna couldn't help but look over his shoulder as they walked on in quiet, noticing Naruto meditating calmly. "Kakashi?" Tizuna addressed in hushed tones. "Yes? How powerful is that Naruto back there? Your Sasuke is also good, but I witnessed how he fared against those ninja. I did as well, and I was just as impressed, even more so knowing that he took out 3 previous missing ninjas beforehand. You must have given them some serious training back then. I've only recently started training them. However, I don't think I could take the most of the credit for Naruto." "What exactly do you mean by that?" "Before Naruto was assigned to me, I was told that his scores in the academy were average at best, and that despite not being the lowest in his class, he was still known as the low-class clown." "Are you a low-class clown?" Other students made fun of his hair, and he wasn't kidding about him not getting a haircut. The third once told me that the first time his hair was mocked, he came to him crying. He went to get a haircut, but his hair grew back far faster than any regular person's, and it refused to change shape or form. He's just embraced it since then, without worrying what others think of his dress sense. He is your squad's only advanced genin, so does that technically make him the strongest member of the group, aside from you? Just because he has a higher rank does not make him the best, and I am sure he is aware of this. Sometimes he's a complete mystery, sometimes." It was not long until their boat emerges out of the mist and making their way to the docks, and it was at this time they used the motor on their boat. They didn't use it through their travel through the mist to not alert anyone that may have been in the area. Upon docking on the pier, Naruto takes a look at the bridge from his current position, seeing how long it was with the mist just beyond it, and he had to give Tizuna and others that helped build that bridge credit. Tizuna had a few exchanges of words with the words "good luck" in them before the rower makes his leave. Team 7 and Tizuna were back on the move as Tizuna was leading them straight to his home where they would sit down and plan, but first they would have to cut through a clearing close to the ocean shore. As they were cutting their way through the area, Naruto hears something off to his left in the bushes, and upon this action his reaction was the swift throw of a single kunai. The action put Kakashi on the alert, with Sasuke looking unimpressed and Sakura honestly confused. Kakashi noticed as Naruto already had another kunai drawn, cautiously proceeding forward, holding his hand out in front of him with a serious expression as he parted the bushes, and his findings was his kunai stabbed into the bark of a tree just above a white snow rabbit. A white snow rabbit at this time of year? Kakashi pondered. "You idiot, you're jumping the gun," muttered Sasuke. "Naruto, why did you have to go do that? You should have killed that poor rabbit," Sakura pointed out. Kakashi was perplexed, but mostly by this particular bunny. Is that a snow rabbit with white fur? Snow rabbits are only white in the winter, therefore given that it isn't winter, does this suggest this one was raised indoors by someone belonging to someone nearby? Kakashi noticed Naruto exploring the area with only his eyes, moving carefully from left to right. "Something is coming," Kakashi murmured quietly. "I can feel it, and so can Naruto." Both Kakashi and Naruto's eyes widen as they hear something fast spinning through the air toward the bridge builder and the rest of the team, and both Sasuke and Sakura eventually hear it as well. "Shut up!" screamed Kakashi. Kakashi quickly moves to the bridge builder, forcing him to duck, while Naruto dashed for Sakura, grabbing her shoulder and the top of her head, forcing her down with him with his head above hers, and Sasuke quickly ducked. However, judging by how low it was, Naruto's head was just about above the spinning blade's path, and the only thing he could think of doing was to dodge as he twirls his body horizontally. "Darn it all, I was so close to cutting off the head of One Leaf Ninja," Zabuza muttered, alluding to Naruto. Said person pushes his tongue out at Zabuza while using a finger to pull down the bottom of his eye, with the demon of the hidden mist returning a stare. "Little brat. Who exactly is he?" Sakura inquired, her voice trembling. "The demon of the hidden mist, Zabuza Momochi," Kakashi exclaimed. "The copy ninja, Kakashi Hatake, is said to have copied over 1,000 jutsu. It's no surprise the demon brothers were defeated." "Well, I can't take all the credit for that, I merely subdued them." "What do you mean? Are you saying you didn't fight them?" Who could have possibly taken them down, because it couldn't have been your Liga brats. Zabuza examined each individual, focusing his attention first on Sakura. Not her, I can tell she's already starting to shake. He fixed his gaze on Sasuke, who gave him a smile. And what is that smirk supposed to mean? Was that you? Maybe, you may put on a brave face, but I can already see sweat dripping down your brow, Zabuza observed. Zabuza then turned his attention to Naruto, who was simply standing down there staring up at him, no fear in his eyes, just anxiousness, but it was just something about the way he was looking at him. There's that one. Zabuza comments on Naruto's blade dodge, which was a close call but nevertheless. Never has anyone dodged my sword. He may have just gotten lucky, is all. Look at him, even though he's a little nervous, he looks perfectly calm, just like the other one. Perhaps it was both of those kids that defeated them. For some reason, he and Naruto exchange glances. So, out of all of the rotten apples in your bunch, it appears that 2 have not gone bad, but from what I can see, you have one that is better than average. Zabuza referred to Naruto and Sasuke as the good apples, obviously referring to Sakura as the bad, although he referred to Naruto as being better than the average one, Sasuke. So I'm assuming you 2 brats beat the demon brothers? More like held them off until Sensei entered the picture, Naruto explained. These 2 held off 2 Chunin, which is interesting, Zabuza mused. Of course, Zabuza was intrigued, and perhaps impressed, because no one had survived the demon brothers, let alone held them off. Well, then, I commend the 2 of you. No one has ever successfully repelled the demon brothers. If I were you, Zabuza, I'd keep your eyes off of them and focus them more on me, Kakashi said in order to win Zabuza's attention. Listen, Kakashi, I'm going to make this as easy as possible for you. All you have to do is give up the bridge builder, and you and your band of brats will live to fight another day. Otherwise, you all die. Sorry to break it to you, Zabuza, but that is not going to happen. Kakashi raises his hand to the left side of his headband, which was hiding his left eye, and pulls it up, revealing a closed eye with a healed scar over it, but as he opens his eye, the rest of Team 7 is taken aback, all except Naruto, who had been briefed by Master Zen, but Sasuke the most. The reason for this was that Kakashi possessed a fully developed Sharingan eye, which belonged only to the Uchiha clan's bloodline. Sasuke was perplexed as to how Kakashi obtained the Sharingan. He knows it was implanted, but he wants to know how he obtained one in the first place. The Sharingan. How unfinished. There is the Sharingan, just as Master Zen said. Wow, I didn't know Kakashi-sensei was a Uchiha, exclaimed Sakura. How does he have my clan's bloodline? Naruto then heard Zabuza's giggle from under the white fabric wrapped around his lower face, and something told him that he was smiling. Alright, then, let's get started, shall we? Zabuza crouches down, grabs his sword, and vanishes along with it, reappearing standing on the sea, taking a posture, and calling aloud. Hidden mist jutsu, says the narrator. A mist engulfed the area and Zabuza himself, and they saw him one instant and then he was gone, disappearing within the mist. Naruto could see this was going to be difficult. Even though I know it's not good, I can't help but feel excited. Naruto was aware that he shouldn't be thinking or feeling this way, but he couldn't explain why. He enjoys fighting. Squad, protect Tazuna, exclaimed Kakashi. Kakashi adjusts his stance while drawing a kunai, while the rest of Team 7 takes defensive positions surrounding Tazuna in the center, with Sasuke drawing his sword, Sakura drawing a kunai, and Naruto spinning out his Z-staff. Kakashi could barely see through the mist, as could his students surrounding Tazuna behind him, when they all heard Zabuza's voice seem to echo from all around them, causing Sakura to exhale a slight gasp. 8 points. Larynx, spine, lungs, liver, jugular, subclavian, artery, kidneys, heart. Which one will I attack? This brought about what Zabuza wanted for the Genin, with Naruto now feeling a little anxiety and a chilly chill. Sakura feeling the same way, but Sasuke right now was beginning to feel the killing intent falling upon him from these 2 combatants. Sasuke has never felt such a craving for blood. What an intense thirst for blood. One breath or one eye movement could be detected and get me killed. That is the atmosphere I feel. If I stay here for an hour, I'll go insane. The murderous intent of 2 Jonins clashing. The feeling that my life is in the hands of someone else, it's too much to bear. These were Sasuke's thoughts as he considered drawing his blade and ending his own life, but the voice of Kakashi shakes him out of his reverie. I will not let my comrades die, Sasuke, Kakashi assured. Don't make promises that you can't keep. Zabuza appears in the center of the Genin formation, ready to take out the bridge constructor. They were caught off guard by Naruto, who impressed everyone with his quickness. He wasn't expecting him. It's over. Kakashi directs his Sharingan at Zabuza, and the elite appeared before him with a kunai thrust in the stomach of the demon of the hidden mist before Zabuza could attack. However, there was a problem that Team 7 could see, and that was water pouring out of the wound of the so-called Zabuza, who immediately collapsed into nothing but water. Water clone! Exclaimed Team 7, including Kakashi. Suddenly, Zabuza arrives at Kakashi's blindside, slashing his sword and severing Kakashi in half, shocking the Genins, but they were astonished again when Kakashi burst into water, showing that he was a water clone. A water clone, he must have spotted my jutsu before attacking mine. Zabuza's movements are frozen as a kunai is brought before his neck from behind by none other than Kakashi. Kakashi mocked, "It's over." Sasuke, Sakura, and Tazuna believed Kakashi had won the purchase, but Naruto disagreed. There's no way he can be that easy, Naruto thought, a perspiration running down his brow. Zabuza laughs once more. Oh, I don't believe so, Kakashi. Zabuza transforms back into water as the true identity of the missing ninja is revealed behind Kakashi, preparing to strike with his sword. It ends when I say it ends. Kakashi manages to turn around quickly enough to block the large sword with his kunai as the rest of Team 7 and Tazuna begin to witness the clash between two ex-Anbu ninja. They fought with speed and strength, moving about the area as their weapons clashed on the ground and even through air, giving off a loud metallic clang and showing off their experience in close-quarters combat. Where has he gone? Kakashi raised his palm to peer at the water, seeing anything strange. How dense does this water feel? That's then Kakashi noticed something was wrong, but it was too late since Zabuza appeared behind him, flashing through hand seal to conduct the appropriate jutsu to entrap the copy ninja. It's too late. Jutsu for water prison. No. Kakashi was then imprisoned in a water prison that resembled a floating bubble, with Zabuza's hand shoving his charka through to keep Kakashi imprisoned. So much for the great Kakashi, you should have known better. You're a jerk. Zabuza could have killed Kakashi right now by drowning him in his water jail, but he wanted the guy to see what happened to his squad and Tazuna before he died. In the meantime, that's down. Zabuza turned his focus to the teetering Genin. 3 to go, so let's see what these brats of yours can do, shall we, Kakashi? Zabuza manipulated his chakra, generating another water clone of himself as it moved across land toward the Genin, who were now on the edge of their seats. Besides, I'm interested to see what the two of you can do, as well as the one over there who is in desperate need of a serious haircut. Naruto doesn't mind how his hair looks anymore, but it was becoming both annoying and ludicrous. Naruto said, "So says the freak with no eyebrows." This counter caused a time mark to appear on both the actual and water clone Zabuza's foreheads, indicating that they did not agree with the comment. "You are such a dead brat," water clone Zabuza exclaimed, holding out a goofy fist. "You all run as fast as you can now," screamed Kakashi. "How about you?" Sakura responded, terrified for Kakashi, herself, and the others. "I'll be fine, but you four need to get away from his water clone as soon as possible because it can only go so far." "What exactly are you saying? We're not going to abandon you, we will not leave you alone." "I'm not asking you to do it, I'm ordering you to do it, with authority," Kakashi screamed back. "Sorry, sensei, but there's no way we're going to do that." "What? Those who break the rules are trash, but so are those who abandon their comrades, don't you recall?" As he gazed upon his prisoner, the real Zabuza chuckled openly, breaking the silence on the field. "They might as well stay, Kakashi. After all, you and I both know that even if they tried to flee, my water clone would simply intercept them without breaking a sweat. They have no plans to leave. But don't worry, Kakashi, for you'll be joining them in the next world soon. Let's get this party started," water clone Zabuza said as it drew its weapon. Naruto was the first to volunteer to fight first, with his staff in hand. "What are you doing, Naruto?" Sasuke inquired. "Naruto," Sakura said. "You guys are protecting Tazuna. Shield him." "Here I am." The water clone dashed with Naruto daringly meeting his charge. Upon meeting in the center, the water clone swung its large blade down upon who brings up his staff to block the large blade, and although he was successful, he was in no way prepared for all the power that was behind the strike. The strength behind it was so great that it sent Naruto flying off his feet through the air. He has a lot of power behind his attacks, Naruto reflected, his teeth bare. Naruto was impressed as well as intimidated. Not too bad for a genin. "That's advanced genin for you, browless freak. So you're an advanced genin? Well, you certainly don't fight like one." The water clone swipes one of its feet under Naruto's, forcing him to fall back as the water clone rears its blade overhead to swinging it down upon Naruto, and his sword cuts through Naruto, but he is replaced with a log now severed in two. Naruto himself reappears out of the use of the body flicker, swinging his staff to bat the water clone's head from behind, but the veteran ninja angles his sword behind his back, repelling Naruto's strike. Having an opening, the water clone swings his sword back, batting it toward the airborne Naruto, who manages to once again block with his staff, but once again Naruto is batted through the air. Naruto does not manage to recover, as this time he takes a tumble along the ground, but he quickly got back up, dashing toward the water clone that stood its ground. Naruto leaps the rest of the way while rearing back a left fist, roaring aloud at the same time, bringing his ki into play that is felt by Kakashi, and when Naruto throws his left fist forward, it collides into the blunt side of the water clone's sword, making the weapon vibrate. The water clone then notices Naruto's chuckle as his fist was still connected to his blade, and the next thing it knows, jumping out from the mist behind it, was another Naruto batting his staff straight through the water clone's head, defeated, followed by one of the Narutos poofing away like smoke, revealing that the real one was the one who jumped out from the water clone's blind side. That was an A-level shadow clone jutsu. What kind of jutsu does this youngster know? When did he make one to replace him? The only time he could have done it, and it makes sense, is when he was flung into the air for the second time. He must have used the mist as cover, astute thinking. Perhaps a water clone is insufficient for him and the other one over there. "Thank goodness," murmured Kakashi. "Don't get too excited about me, Kakashi. He may have snatched my water clone, but things are about to change dramatically." Zabuza made the same hand seal, and forming out of the water next to him was another water clone. Naruto braced himself for another fight, certain that this clone would be more cautious, and all watched as the water clone walked over, placing its hand within the water prison Kakashi was imprisoned in, as the real Zabuza walked forward, removing his hand. "You're going to fight the real deal this time. Run, all of you," Kakashi roared once more. This time, the true Zabuza, the demon of the hidden mist, would fight, and he was about to face Naruto, but Team 7 still defied Kakashi's command, not wanting to forsake him because it wasn't the Leaf's way to abandon their comrades. "Not bad, Naruto. Keep this up, and you might persuade me that you're as advanced as you claim. You must all flee immediately. You don't stand a chance against someone like this," Kakashi pleaded. "You should follow his advice, but it won't matter. None of you will escape my notice. I'll say this about you, kid, you're gutsy to face someone like me." The mist engulfs Zabuza once more, putting Naruto on edge as he can only anticipate his next assault. This is not good. Naruto calms down as he stands in the mist, readying his staff, when Zabuza appears behind him out of the mist, and Naruto notices him at the last second as Zabuza swung his sword from Naruto's blind side, turning and leaping back as the blade cuts through his shirt, ripping another one of his shirts. He's strong, but he's a little slow with that big sword in his hands. Naruto falls on his feet, but Zabuza has already vanished into the mist, leaving him with no choice but to search with his eyes. The missing ninja appears behind him for a split second, causing Naruto to turn around, but he is gone before Naruto sees him because his senses instructed him to look behind him. "Where did he go?" "Right here," Zabuza whispered in hushed tones from behind Naruto, startling him. Naruto whirled, expecting a blade, but instead received a punch across his face, throwing him into the air and falling over the ground until he came to a halt, and he even lost grasp on his staff from the surprise assault, which Zabuza smirked at. Is that all you got, Advanced Genin? Mocked Zabuza. Naruto. Sakura exclaimed, concerned. Oh no, exclaimed Tazuna. Zabuza is just playing with him, Kakashi remarked, eliciting a chuckle from the clone that was imprisoning him. Suddenly appearing in the air above Zabuza, he saw Sasuke, who performed a fireball jutsu down on him, but Zabuza managed to evade it by moving away, jumping back to skidding on his feet along the grass with his sword leaning atop his right shoulder, and when he came to a stop he vanished just in time, evading thrown shuriken from Sasuke. Sasuke arrived on the battlefield with his Sharingan eyes ablaze, ready to fight. Well, isn't this a surprise, an actual living breathing Uchiha? Exclaimed Zabuza. A dozen or more kunai rain down from above, which Sasuke repels with his sword, leaping back and away from the rest, but as soon as he comes to a halt, the demon of the hidden mist appears before him, kneeing Sasuke in the gut. It shot Sasuke into the air, and the next thing he feels is Zabuza's hand grasping the front of his shirt, whirling the Uchiha in a complete 360 and flinging him to the ground below. As Zabuza lands behind him with his blade above his shoulder, Sasuke lifts himself up, shivering from the impact with the earth. Is that all there is to it? I was expecting more, especially from the last of the Uchiha. Naruto rose from the mud, blood dripping from the corner of his mouth and a bruise on one side of his face. When Zabuza noticed Naruto standing up, he gave him a look and raised the fist he punched Naruto with, grinning and taunting the Advanced Genin. Why wasn't Zabuza merely going after the bridge builder, knowing he'd get past Sakura? Naruto had no trouble figuring out what Zabuza was up to, gritting his teeth and growling angrily. You bastard, you're just playing with us, aren't you? Well, I'm trying to make this as entertaining for me as possible. You sick psycho, screamed Naruto. You're a letdown for an Advanced Genin. Naruto ran towards him with heightened speed using ki, surprising Zabuza as he swung his sword, but Naruto managed to evade it by ducking under it, piquing Zabuza's curiosity even more. This time, Zabuza was on the defensive as Naruto threw punches and kicks, which Zabuza evaded by maneuvering his body, but he was now impressed with his performance. Where did this come from? See if you can avoid it. Naruto leapt forward, and to Zabuza's surprise, the rear of Naruto's heel smacked across the left side of his face, knocking him off his feet and causing him to collapse in slow motion. What the? Zabuza wondered. Naruto hit him, Sakura exclaimed joyfully. Naruto got one on him, nicely done, Kakashi continued to observe. Zabuza, on the other hand, did not fall because his right foot planted itself on the ground, preventing his descent as Naruto landed on his feet, taking some breaths and keeping his guard up, and Zabuza just stares at him in silence from his angled position to slowly readjusting his form up without taking his gaze off Naruto. Look at him, he's acting as if it's nothing, Naruto observed. That was interesting, you actually got a lucky shot at me. Sure, call it luck, but you know otherwise. Even if you did kick me like that without the benefit of luck, do you think that proves anything? Do you think that actually proves you have any chance against me, boy? And you call yourself a ninja? All I see is a bunch of brats playing ninja who actually believe they can somehow free their sensei and protect the bridge builder. If I wanted to, I could kill you all right now without any problems, but that would be boring. So Sasuke appears from above, swinging his sword down on Zabuza, but the missing ninja vanishes, reappearing out of the mist behind Sasuke, throwing a kick to his back and launching him smashing into Naruto as both of them slide down the ground. That one appears to be eager to die. Are you this eager to join the rest of your clan? Zabuza mocked. Naruto and Sasuke lifted themselves up from the earth again, this time side by side. This guy's tough. Well, what do you expect from Naruto? He's a missing ninja, and one in Kakashi's league at that. Why don't you use that Sharingan of yours, Sasuke? I've been using it the whole time. I can predict his movements, but he's simply much faster than me, and this mist of his isn't helping. Do you have any suggestions? Master Zen, I might have to use the Aura Spark. You did say only in emergencies, and I'm getting desperate here. Naruto? Do you think we can find a way to free Kakashi-sensei? This is the real deal, we're fighting here, and I don't see us getting past him. Wait, that's it. I can use the solar flare to blind him for a few seconds and take out his water clone, freeing Kakashi-sensei. Why hadn't I thought of this before? You don't have any of your own ideas, do you? Actually, Sasuke, I do have one. You do? Well, what exactly is it? I may have a way to free Kakashi-sensei, but you're going to have to close your eyes for this one. Are you insane? Close your eyes? You're just stalling, Zabuza pointed out. Retreat to Sakura and Tizuna, and tell them to close their eyes as tightly as you can. You can't take on him by yourself, are you insane? Sasuke, could you please trust me on this one for once? Fine. Besides, if anything bad happens, I can always count on you to save my ass, right? Right. Sasuke utilized the body flicker to flee for the time being, and Zabuza didn't bother pursuing after seeing Sasuke return with Sakura and the bridge builder raising an eyebrow in curiosity. Not only because he retreated, but also because he said something and they all closed their eyes as tightly as they could. Zabuza then returned his attention to Naruto, becoming even more perplexed when he noticed Naruto positioning his hands near to his face and smirking. The sneer even caused another angry forehead vanity to appear on Zabuza's. What the hell are you doing SMIR, Solar FLAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA who was imprisoned within the water prison. Zabuza was moaning in pain when he finally closed his eyes, bringing his palms to his eyes and snarling aloud. Sakura, Tazuna, and Sasuke were also feeling the effects, though not as strongly because their eyes were already closed. However, because Zabuza was so close, it was even more effective. How come I can't see with my eyes? Now's my chance. Naruto ran toward the water clone, charging a ball of ki in one hand to throw at the water clone, not wanting to risk missing from afar, and eventually Naruto decided to leap forward, rearing back his ki blast, preparing to throw it. Perhaps it would have succeeded if Zabuza hadn't suddenly arrived before him, delivering an uppercut that drew blood from Naruto, as well as his ki blast dissipating and Naruto hitting the ground and yelping aloud before settling. Everyone who had been blinded afar by Naruto's solar flare opened their eyes slowly, regaining their vision and taking note of Naruto, who was on the ground. "Naruto," said Sakura. "What happened?" Sasuke inquired. "This is terrible," murmured Kakashi as he was forced to watch. "I'm not sure how he did it," Naruto thought to himself as he sat back up. "You obviously don't know who I am, boy. I don't fight and kill with just my mist, but also with sound," Zabuza said, his eyes still closed. "So he intercepted me solely through sound. The solar flare was useless against Zabuza, and to make matters worse, I just wasted ki. That solar flare of yours is brilliant. There are jutsu in the world that can blind the eyes, but I've never seen anyone use a jutsu that can blind one almost instantly. Looks like it's time to use the aura spark," Naruto muses as he gets ready. Sasuke reappeared by Naruto's side, ready with his sword. "Sasuke, your plan didn't work out, Naruto. No matter what strategy you devise, it will not work against me. Your Sharingan is useless, and your solar flare was a flop against me, so go ahead and try any other tricks you may have up your sleeve. You will only fail. We're just going to have to attack him together and hope for the best." "But, Sasuke, follow my lead. Bring it on, Uchiha leftover," Zabuza said, motioning with his free right hand toward himself. Sasuke took the lead, with Naruto close after, and Zabuza kept his ground, his sword resting on his back as they closed in. Sasuke was the first to attack with his sword, but Zabuza evades his strikes, and Naruto followed with nothing but his fists as he delivered a punch. Zabuza simply sprang back, dodging the blow, only for Sasuke to appear, flipping over Naruto and cutting his sword for Zabuza's face, which leans back narrowly evading the end of Sasuke's blade, but then a ball of light shoots down from above Zabuza. As Zabuza looks up and sees the ki blast, Sasuke leaps away, and the only thing he does is raise his arms over his form as the ki blast hits Zabuza. A tiny explosion is seen on the top portion of Zabuza before clouds of smoke swiftly take up his form and Naruto lands back on ground level, with the exception of Sasuke, who has used up ki for a charged up ki blast. "Did that do it?" questioned Naruto. Sasuke merely stared at the smoke till everyone heard Zabuza wheezing and the smoke parts slowly dispersing as Zabuza waved one arm with little bruises visible on his arms from Naruto's charged ki blast. First the shadow clone, then the solar flare, and now this new jutsu. You never cease to amaze me, kid. Naruto murmured. Damn, it didn't work. Zabuza is too powerful, Kakashi reasoned. I can do my rapid ki blast barrage, but this guy is faster than any of us. I'll just be wasting my ki. The Kamehameha, then? No, I can't risk using it as well. I'll need all the ki I can afford to use the aura spark, and only 5 minutes is all I can afford. We need to set Kakashi-sensei free so that he can defeat this guy, but how? Naruto's gaze was drawn to Sasuke, who was staring at Zabuza. If I can distract Zabuza long enough, perhaps he will attack the water clone and set Kakashi-sensei free, but how should we go about it? That's when Naruto discovered he saw Sasuke practicing with a demon wind shuriken while they were training together in the village under Kakashi. When asked why he had such a massive weapon, he told Naruto that he only took it with him on missions. Naruto had a fresh strategy, and it was their last chance, so Naruto hoped Sasuke hadn't forgotten to pack his. As Zabuza proceeded to lecture them that they were unfit to be ninjas because they didn't know what it took, Naruto reached into his back pocket and pulled out what appeared to be a smoke bomb. Naruto takes advantage, throwing the smoke bomb at Zabuza's feet, which explodes with the man now within, who is unfazed as he finally opens his eyes. Zabuza was able to see again, only to find himself peering through smoke as he heard footsteps approaching Sasuke's position and what sounded like the two conversing to one another, followed by those same footsteps fleeing away back to their original position. When the smoke cleared, Zabuza saw both Sasuke and Naruto, who were as silent as the tomb. What are those two up to right now? Now I have to get his attention on me. Naruto jumped further away from Zabuza, who had his eyes on him. Hey, if you thought I was tough before, wait until you see me now. You did not just call me by that name again. Oh, you heard me. You're all talk. Let's see what you've got. Zabuza was becoming upset by Naruto's mouth, but he did not move from his posture. What's the matter? Come over here and prove you've got a pair between those legs, or is that sword of yours compensating for something? Ouch. Muttered Kakashi. Naruto is insane, Sakura thought. Alright, kid, Zabuza said as he walked closer. Naruto. You've got my attention. Now let's see how well your bite is, then your bark, Zabuza remarked, clutching the hilt of his blade against his back. Alright, here we go. Naruto closed his eyes and began to manage his ki while keeping calm. As he did so, Zabuza came to a halt, seeing a blue light outline Naruto's figure and sensing this unusual type of chakra. Not only that, but a little breeze emanating from Naruto drove some of the mist away from Naruto's body as his ki was now orange in color, radiating off his form like a mist, his hair turning orange in color, and as Naruto opened his eyes, they were also orange as he smirked at Zabuza. The missing ninja, like everyone else, was bewildered by what they were seeing and feeling, and Kakashi understood it. That's the same source of power I sensed outside the village. It was Naruto the entire time. What the hell is this? Zabuza asked, still unconcerned, but this could be a problem as he readied his blade. Whoa, look at Naruto, his hair and eye color have changed, and just what is this strange chakra I am feeling? Sakura inquired of herself. What kind of jutsu is this? Sasuke questioned, his Sharingan trained on Naruto. With his Sharingan, he noticed something strange. Naruto did not appear to have regular chakra. What was this source of power he saw? Alright, Zabuza, I'm ready. I don't know what you just did, brat, or where you got this power, but changing the color of your hair and putting on a light show right now doesn't change the situation. You can't take me down, and I have a strong feeling you know that, Zabuza remarked. That doesn't feel like any type of chakra. What is this power and where did he get it? It doesn't matter because the outcome will still be the same. I'll just have to try now, won't I? Naruto murmured as he altered his posture, putting his left hand before him, adjusting his balance as he placed his right arm behind his back, letting it hang. Sakura saw something about Naruto's stance from the angle she was observing from. She had just discovered Naruto had a sheathed kunai hidden beneath his sash when she noted how he let his right arm linger behind his form with his hand slightly uncovered. That's very clever. Alright, Naruto, if you're so sure of this little trick of yours, let's see what you can do, Zabuza stated, preparing his big blade in front of him. I've only got 5 minutes, so please, Sasuke, don't let me down. Naruto runs towards Zabuza with a new burst of speed, impressing Zabuza as the ninja closes in on him, and then leaps the rest of the way towards Zabuza, rearing his right hand. As his enormous blade shadowed the action, Zabuza chuckled as he readied the blunt side of his sword to block Naruto's assault while reaching for a knife with his free hand. However, the leaf ninja vanished with the use of the body flicker, causing his eyes to widen slightly, only for Naruto to appear to his right and hurl his left hand instead, and the knuckles of his fist brush the right side of Zabuza's cheek, injuring him and leaving a bruise. Naruto may be said to have simply scratched him. Zabuza replies by rapidly tossing his sword's hilt to his left hand and his knife up to his right hand and delivering an upper right slash to knife the ninja, and it appeared like he landed a direct strike slashing across Naruto's chest, but he was replaced with a log indicating he employed the substitution jutsu. "And where will you be appearing from?" Naruto said this casually. Naruto came from his opposite side, this time at Zabuza's left, armed with his staff and swinging his weapon once more, with Zabuza replying in time, blocking with his big sword in a reverse hold. The two were now engaged in a fight. "Well, look who's gotten a second wind." Zabuza muttered this while staring at Naruto and gripping his knife in his right hand. "But it's all over now." Zabuza raises his dagger overhead to stab Naruto, but another Naruto appears through the body flicker, this time not in the aura spark condition, kicking the knife out of Zabuza's hand and disarming him. "When?" Zabuza inquired loudly, his gaze drawn to the clone as it disarmed him. Naruto took advantage of the commotion by springing up, spinning his form, and swinging his staff directly into Zabuza's face. Zabuza yelps in pain as the metal staff falls back, all the while keeping a firm grasp on the hilt of his big sword. "He's got him yet again." Sakura smiled and spoke aloud. "Nice one." Tizuna spoke up. As Zabuza fell back, he was quick enough with his suddenly free hand to counter the shadow clone by throwing a single kunai in its chest, taking it out and recovering by flipping his form through the air and landing safely across from Aura Spark. Naruto, who had about 4 minutes left in Aura Spark. Naruto was already considering going above the time restrictions set by Master Zen in order to maintain his abilities. Zabuza looks calmly over to Naruto as a blood smear emerges on his bandages, primarily where his nose was, indicating a nosebleed. "Don't celebrate just yet," Kakashi reasoned. "Take a look at this person. Even if Naruto is stronger than before in whatever jutsu it is, Zabuza remains as serene as the breeze." Sasuke reflected as he watched for the opening with a critical eye. Zabuza reached up with his free hand, touching the blood spot on his fingers, and it enraged him. "Well, you're not bad, but..." Zabuza stands tall once more across from Naruto. Zabuza abruptly vanished from his position, reappearing behind Naruto, swinging his sword down upon him, but Naruto quickly evades to his left, avoiding the massive blade that penetrates the ground, scattering several small pieces of rubble. When Zabuza notices Naruto's evasion, he throws a dozen kunai in the direction Naruto ran, and when Naruto came to a halt, he just stood his ground, escaping the kunai, remembering his training against bees under Master Zen. Naruto had to flee once more as Zabuza sprinted for him, his blade horizontally tearing through the earth as Naruto soared away in the air. While in the air, Naruto rears back his right palm, preparing a ki blast and flinging it down toward Zabuza, only to be astonished when Zabuza swings his sword, chopping the ki blast in half and releasing 2 minor explosions from the 2 pieces directly in front of Zabuza. When Naruto falls on his feet, Zabuza arrives safely, leaving in time and hiding himself in the mist. Where did he go? That's when Naruto notices the familiar rapid spinning through the mist and immediately ducks to avoid the large sword that spins overhead, removing some strands of hair, but as soon as Naruto ducked and the blade went over his head, Zabuza appeared within its path, catching the hilt of his sword. "Got you." Zabuza swings his sword down on Naruto, who raises his staff to deflect the massive sword, but the force behind him knocks him down onto his back, and Zabuza now stands over him, pressing the tip of his blade closer to Naruto's face, who pulls back. "You, little punk." Zabuza rapidly draws his sword away from Naruto, kicking him away with his foot, throwing him across the air over the ground, and reappears next to Naruto, hitting him in the face, and his head meets the ground fist. Zabuza follows up with another mighty slash of his sword, only for Naruto to use the body flicker once more, vanishing as Zabuza stops his sword from hitting the ground, and when looking off to his left, he sees Naruto standing slightly hunched over, taking in some small breaths as blood leaked from the sides of his mouth and now even from one of his nostrils. Zabuza delivered a solid punch. "You're starting to irritate me, you brat. Simply remain motionless and die. It will be much simpler that way." Zabuza dashed toward Naruto, the tip of his sword cutting through the ground, and when the two meet in the center again, the two lock weapons, but Naruto uses the benefits of his staff by separating them in two and jabbing his right stick into Zabuza's stomach, channeling his chakra and delivering a jolt. Zabuza sensed that, releasing a brief shriek of pain before roaring in anger as he rears back his free hand and hits Naruto across the face with a chakra-enhanced punch, and as his fist was still linked with Naruto's face, one thought came through Naruto's head. Incredible. The aura spark Naruto is thrown across the ground, his pals concernedly crying out his name. Zabuza was irritated as Naruto gently lifted himself up and smirked at Zabuza with one eye half closed. "You little shit, why don't you just give up and stay down?" "There is no way I will ever give up." Naruto ran toward Zabuza with increased speed, his staff entire once more, as Zabuza attempted to react by swinging his sword, but he was stunned when Naruto managed to slap the blade out of his hand, disarming him and causing him to lose grasp on his staff. "Little brat." Zabuza throws his right fist, which Naruto catches with his left, and then throws his left hand, which Naruto catches with his right, as Zabuza felt Naruto tighten his grasp on his fists. "What exactly are you?" "Sasuke." Naruto called out, knowing he just had a few seconds to stay in the state for the requested 5 minutes. "Now's my chance." Sasuke twirled around with Naruto's Demon Wind Shuriken before leaping into the air and sending the spinning shuriken through the air to land just above the earth. The Demon Wind Shuriken was heading for his water clone, which was holding Kakashi prisoner. Zabuza noticed as it passed over him and Naruto, who was holding Zabuza with all his strength. Sakura and Tazuna are both shocked when the water clone catches the weapon. "Did you really think that would work?" The real Zabuza roared at everyone, even Naruto. That's when he took notice, as did his water clone, who saw another one approaching. When Zabuza turned around, he discovered Sasuke had pulled out another that had to be his own and had tossed it within the shadow of the first one handed to him by Naruto. It had to be when Naruto clouded his vision with those smoke bombs. He should have assaulted at that point. The weapon aimed towards his water clone was appropriately named the Demon Wind Shuriken Windmill of Shadows. A second one was hiding within the shadow of the first. As the shuriken moved in, it appeared that it was going to hit, but the water clone did something no one expected to see, and that was it leaping up and dragging its feet up as the second thrown windmill shuriken flies under his feet and misses. "Oh no!" Sakura and Tazuna both spoke up. "You have missed!" Water clone Zabuza screamed. Except for Naruto and Sasuke, everyone else witnessed a surprise. The second missed windmill shuriken poofs, revealing a shadow clone Naruto. The real Zabuza looks around, surprised, as he was looking over his shoulder as well as his water clone. The shadow clone already had a ball of ki charged in its palm, offering the water clone a smile. "Take this." The shadow clone cries loudly, hurling the ki blast at the water clone Zabuza, disintegrating it into water from the collision, and the most amazing thing was the water clone's hand came out of the water prison Kakashi was imprisoned within. The water dome immediately drops over Kakashi, freeing him as he falls into the water with the shadow clone poofing away. The real Zabuza was now enraged as he looked back at Naruto before him, who he saw revert back to his regular form, his grasp on his hands weakening, and Naruto looking drained with a funny smile. "You little brat." Zabuza cries angrily as he pushes his knee up into Naruto's chin, causing Naruto to spit out blood, but Zabuza does not allow Naruto fly away as he holds him back, releasing his left hand save his right, and doing something that would cause one to yell in pain. As the echo of bones severing can be heard, Zabuza raises his right elbow over Naruto's and bangs it on Naruto's right arm. Naruto remained mute, his eyes wide in amazement, until Zabuza shattered his right arm and then kicked the bottom of his right foot into Naruto's chest, sending Naruto falling into the bark of a tree and sliding down along it to the ground, sitting against it. Naruto's right arm twitched as he reached for it, only to cry in pain at the slightest touch. Naruto. Sasuke and Sakura both yell. Zabuza stomps his way toward Naruto, who was grinning back at him, and oddly, Zabuza's sword was just in front of him, grasping the hilt and drawing it out as he continued on his journey. Well, that's it for me. As he closed his eyes, Naruto welcomed the embrace of unconsciousness. Sasuke appeared to Naruto's side, taking his pulse. He's not dying, but he's in a lot of pain, Sasuke pondered. Sasuke locks his sight on Zabuza, his Sharingan eyes ablaze, and Zabuza comes to a halt. You bastard, you'll pay for this. Sasuke charges toward Zabuza, roaring and brandishing his sword, as Zabuza does the same. Prepare to join the rest of your clan. Zabuza shouts, meaning to kill Sasuke right now. However, Kakashi reappears on the scene and in the combat, putting his foot in Zabuza's face and kicking him away from Sasuke. Zabuza regains his footing and looks over to Kakashi Hatake, with Sharingan giving Zabuza a glare. Kakashi. Kakashi returned his gaze to Sasuke and Naruto. You two did an excellent job. You make an excellent team. He witnessed how they collaborated in their plot to release him from his water prison, and how they did so as a team. They all contributed, including Sakura, who did not fight but stayed by Tezuna's side to protect him and did not flee. Kakashi returns his eyes to Zabuza, raising his kunai. You're going to pay for this, Zabuza. Death is in your future. To be continued.
That's it for this podcast and for listening to this video. If you did enjoy this precious story, like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for your support. And have a great day.